That's right. You ready?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to your favorite podcast. You know the name. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, the woo woo's back. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. I got my man back for that part 2. Let me see if he got something new on the singing mic. What you got? What you got?
No. You woo and I know. You woo and I know. No.
What happened? You had some rhymes last time.
I did?
Yes, you did.
I did.
In that was. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Let me get a hit of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. No. I said no. I said no. Get these words in your ear. N-O. No.
So, no?
No.
Yeah. Well, as you know, the singing mic is always here at your disposal. So if you need to grab it for any reason. Don't forget about Hangover Candle Company. Let's light one of these. They're not even really a sponsor, but the candles are dope.
I was about to say, can I get a drink of one of these candles?
Yeah, so he always like will post about it. So it's like, good publicity for me, but the candles are actually really dope. You should send something to Ian. But anyways, Ian Edwards is back in the building, everybody. Welcome to back to the podcast, Ian Edwards Part 2.
What up, son?
By the time this came out, we had a dope show at the Rec Room. Y'all should have been there.
You mean this ain't gonna be on before the Rec Room show? What are we doing this for?
No, this is just the podcast. We filmed a promo for the Rec Room show before this, guys.
Is there any part of this? We'll see if it's something you could cut out of this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I don't want to just be doing your podcast, Eric. I'm sorry. I'm here to promote shows, bro. So we get this
promoted the show. See, ain't shit Edwards is what we call him right here.
I mean, focused Edwards. How about that? Which entails some ain't shitness.
Well, welcome back to the program, the focused Ian Edwards. So you're back in the building, man. A lot of stuff has been going on in the comedy world. Last time you were here, we talked all about your origin story, your fake British, your fake British origin.
I agree with you that it's fake British.
But now you back. You're strictly a United States citizen. Man, I know we haven't even sat down and talked about a lot of shit that's been going on in the comedy world right now. I know. But and especially with the special. Your special came out.
Right.
We promoted your special. It was great. Ian Talks. It was on Comedy Central. I think you can still find it on the app right now, right?
Yeah, it's on the app and it's streaming on ComedyCentral.com.
Yeah, make sure it's streaming on ComedyCentral.com. So make sure you check that out, dude.
Yeah, it's holiday time. You got some free time. Check it out.
Yeah, that's
when's this coming out? December?
Yeah, this will be January 17th.
Perfect.
Mid-January. No, I don't know when
it's going to be President's Day, so everybody just,
This might be my New Year's episode. You don't know.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to keep this one in the bank. You never.
How long?
Anytime people clamoring for an Ian Edwards episode, I'm going to be like, I got it in the bank.
There's not going to be a lot of clamoring. You should just release it.
You don't know. Yeah, I know. Just as a bonus. This might be a midweek bonus episode.
You want to lose some Patreon donators? Put this on there.
You know what? And by the way, we promote the Patreon. Thank you for mentioning the Patreon, Ian. So make sure I have a Patreon. You could be a YouTube member or you could be a Patreon member, and check that out. There's the link right there. Cow.
I'm here to help. It's the least I could do.
You could do less. Yeah, I've seen you do less.
I've done less, yeah, for sure.
Oh no. Have you seen? has any of these specials that have come out like when you saw them and been like, damn, that was great, or like has any of these specials moved you, or something particular about anything out in the comedy special world that made you go, oh shit?
I haven't watched a lot of specials.
Oh really?
Like, and I always like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
One thing I did get to was the Chappelle one.
Yeah.
And they blew me away. I think it's his best special.
You think so?
Yeah. I just really liked it, man. The way it started. He starts telling a story, and then you forget what the whole thing was about, and then 5 minutes later he tells you what he started telling you. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot. It's just an interesting way to start the special and to make a societal commentary. You know, when he's like, I can do 2 impressions.
Yeah.
And and then they've talked about Anthony Bourdain, who when he died, everybody felt it. But the way he introduced Anthony Bourdain's suicide, he put it on like a comedy palatable plate for you to like. He put it in a humorous manner, and it was effortless. And then just the whole unfolding of the entire special was dope.
Do you think that that's important when you like, as comedians or for people out there that want to become a comic? Is that one of the important things you think, is to take really difficult subjects and, as you say, a great way of saying it is make it palatable for people?
Yeah. Like I have a joke I'm working on now about my mother being a nanny and how she worked for this rich. She was a nanny for this rich white kid. And he was so rich, I couldn't even afford to have my own mom. Like he had 2 moms, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a reverse Angelina Jolie situation where I had to give this motherfucker my mom. And it was a cool family, and but it was just funny. But when some people in the audience, like you're laughing because you're a comic and you have like, a higher threshold for the truth. But when you say it's in front of people, they're like, oh, that's so sad.
Right.
And it's like, nah, we grew up great.
Yeah. Look, it's like, look, you're here watching me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like, my name is on the marquee. You came in.
Right.
And this is a comedy club. These are jokes. Why are you taking my situation that I didn't take so serious?
Yeah. That's something I find too. It's so strange to me about how, like, they've actually come to sit down and listen to this type of stuff, and they have this sort of like attitude of like oh no, or they feel sad for the imaginary people sometimes that we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like I had this thing about, like, if a no-legged guy was delivering your groceries just in the middle of a whole story,
right.
And then the way they respond, I'm like, okay, I know you guys feel bad for the imaginary
right. Yeah.
one-legged guy, but it's like, pay attention to what's happening in this situation. I mean, society's weird, man, about that kind of stuff. But like, I've watched a few specials. I agree with you on the Chappelle special. I've talked about it on the podcast already, but I love, my favorite part about the Chappelle special was how comfortable he was.
Yeah, he's always comfortable.
But this one was something, I think that in a culmination of the 5 specials, like, I don't know if he would, let's say if this was the first one, he might not have been as comfortable.
Yeah.
Just because, and then we might not have perceived it the same way if it was, say, the first. You could have flipped any of them, but there was something about the confidence level he had about like I'm going to talk about these things because I'm the only one that can. He had like a certain swagger about it and the comfortableness that I thought it really made me think about all the things I'm doing after that. I was like, oh man, I got to get that comfortable. I always think I'm comfortable. And I was like, not like that though.
Well, this is funny because a few years ago, there was a set of Chappelle's that he did at the comic strip in New York online. And then, I've seen Dave before in the club do like 3-4 hours going into 6 hours. And I'm kind of like, you watch it, but then the comic strip one, and he does the same thing. He's taking a lot of questions. And he doesn't know what the questions are going to be. So then you don't know if you're going to, from my perspective, you don't know what the questions are going to be. So if you're going to be able to come up with a funny answer.
Right.
And then, like, you hate silence sometimes, because you feel like you're not doing your job. But he was completely comfortable with that. And I was like, man, he's got to be the most composed, comfortable comic of all time. Better than just everybody. So just that let me know that I wasn't comfortable. But yeah, he was comfortable in this one. he's just. But I guess he does all those sets where he's just smoking on stage and he's taking questions. And there's a lot of things to learn throughout a set, but he's been practicing being comfortable with all these long sets, taking questions. And even if some people aren't happy, he's comfortable.
Well, you could tell that he revels in people's unhappiness, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that he's like tripled down on the transgender topic.
Right.
And it's like he's like just embraced it as like, I'm going to be the guy that talks about this. Mm-hmm. It's almost like his Hot Pockets, like Jim Gaffigan. Uh-huh. Like transgender is Chappelle's Hot Pockets.
That's hilarious.
You know? Mm-hmm. And then just the way he talks about it, it's like at this point, you're just like, the people that hate him, he's just beat them down, but now they just have to listen and be like, okay, now what?
Right. And then even the way he told that story, like with me, did a show with him and Rogan. Mm-hmm. Where were we? For Tacoma Dome. It's like 20,000 people.
Shit.
And like we all did great, but to see him, tell that joke, that because it's a story, it's a bit, you know, and a comic is good when he makes people laugh. Like we all made people laugh.
Yeah.
But when you like relax and take it down, like 20,000 people, to make them just listen.
Yeah.
And then laugh when you want them to laugh. And then just listen like he's comfortable. So then 20,000 people
that must be amazing.
Unanimously comfortable. And that was crazy to watch. Yeah.
I like that, though. I personally like that myself. Even myself, I like when the crowd is completely silent.
Right.
Like they're just like waiting for you to like, what are you going to say next? Right. I think that's a great thing. And it's like, but it's like all these other, I don't know, man. The shit is incredible.
No, it is a great thing because as a comic, we're taught or trained. You got to kill, bam, 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 go hard, have them rolling all the way through. And a lot of people can, even bad comics can do that.
Yeah.
But you got to be good to be like, make everybody silent.
Yeah.
But just into you throughout the silence.
Yeah.
Like that's a form of like mastery.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And he's mastered it.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest special I saw was Lil Rel special.
Oh, yeah. You would tell me about it.
It's just weird. You got to watch it. It's just weird. It was just weird. I just think like, our buddy Gerard, he just loves unconventional.
Right.
His production company should just be Unconventional Motherfucker. Right. That should be the name of it.
Well, if he fucks with A24, all their shit is is unconventional.
Yeah. I just was like, wow, this is like, but it's like sometimes I don't know if like when people do say unconventional things, like is it like does that become a set piece in the special? So it's like two schools of thought. Like do you just want people just to ignore everything around it and they just see this person doing the jokes, or is the whole thing a piece of work? What do you think?
Well, I've learned, I had something to say. It's like, so I didn't see the special yet. So I heard in the special starts out in the daytime.
Yeah.
And then it turns to night because the gym.
Yeah, there's like a big window. It's a beautiful shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a beautiful shot, and it's like it's shaped like an airplane hangar.
Right.
So there's like this big window glass, and he's like in a sort of in the round. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So there's people behind him, and there's a big crowd in front of him, and then the windows to the side. So It's like So the special started, but it's like so all that kind of stuff. It's like if you notice that kind of stuff,
so you can see time passing, and to me, it's like There's a lot of things. There's a lot of great art in history, movies, whatever, that mistakes were made, right? Mm-hmm. But those mistakes are just be like, oh, that mistake worked out as a thing.
Oh, right.
And then I don't know if that was a mistake or it was done on purpose. If it was done on purpose, there's also the point that everybody's going to remember it started at night in the daytime,
right,
and transitioned into nighttime. For a comedy special, nobody's ever seen that.
Yeah, yeah. So it becomes a set piece.
So and then I remember like watching like old MTV documentaries when they talk about how they were invented. or how they and the shaky cam shit, and
Yeah.
the jump cuts. Which when I was taught in film school, you're not supposed to jump cut. You're supposed to take things from a different angle so you can cut from one thing to the other. But MTV broke all those rules, and those things became like
shit.
normal. Yeah. So like a lot of this is could be where we're at.
Obviously, I just think that with the watering down of the art form in terms of like just, it's just so much content. It's just like there's so many specials out, so much time. So it's like,
I know people not gonna have time to see my special on Comedy Central. This is bullshit.
Which Ian talks, which is hard.
Ian talk, yeah. Yeah. I'm really worried that people are not going to get a chance. Yeah.
Well, it's like, again, you put that content out. Are you ready for some new content? Is that like, that's like, I feel like
that's what time it is.
Yeah. I'm also thinking like sometimes like, how you like accumulate a bunch of bits. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm feeling like, okay, so here's some bits I have. So now I have to start categorizing like these are okay that I want to put something together that I put out on my YouTube channel. And then the other ones are like, okay, I'm going to save these because I feel like these are strong for if I do another special.
Right.
So now I'm starting to, because you have like, especially like current,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you have like, let's say you have Trump stuff right now or whatever, like he might be out of office and when by the time you tape a special and it comes out, and then what's that going to be? So it's like maybe that stuff's for like put that on the internet right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm starting to think about it like that at this point because like I just think people like consuming the stand-up content. So it's like, but do you think that might water down even the stand-up? Because it's like if you go, well, I could just go watch all this stand-up at, just YouTube, somebody's stand-up, is that going to be better than the like, the special? Or is it going to just be all one thing?
Like my initial instinct is like to worry about shit being watered down. But then, just thinking about it just a second further, it's just like, man, I'm just not gonna give a fuck about it. I'm just gonna focus on my shit. And some people, everybody has the way that they want to do their thing.
Yeah.
And I just got to do my thing the way I want to do my thing. And then there's stuff to learn from the ways that other people do it. Like I definitely feel like I need to put out more content. That's why I do. One way of doing it is by doing the roommates thing.
Which is great, guys. Make sure you check out this little web series that Ian's doing on his Instagram, and it's also going to be on the YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube now, which is great. It's called Roommates, and it's really some funny sketches from the minds of Ian Edwards and his buddy Paul. Paul, it's really funny. So, but I see this is what I'm saying. It's like it's a way like we're putting. It's even when you do a podcast though. It's like look at the effort I put into it. I got my brick wall. I got all this stuff.
The wires all over the place that could electrocute us all.
I fixed the wire situation because of you, piece of shit. It was worse than this. And I feel like I got these wires. I got these wires going into there. I'm gonna get a rug right here so you don't see these.
Yeah, good. That's good. I feel like I see more wires, but it's cool.
No, you don't see more. They was all hanging right.
I'm over here like, man, I hope this glass of water don't spill.
Oh my God.
It's an electrocution Christmas.
Oh my God. Maybe if your soccer podcast had more wires.
I know that. You got more wires than my podcast got listeners.
Man, you ain't shit.
You ain't shit, Eric.
I know, it's just a different subject. I just was thinking about like, it's like we've been around for a while now. I think we've known each other over 10 years.
Yeah.
And so I was looking on Instagram the other day, and I'm looking and I'm seeing like chicks that I was trying to talk to 10 years ago. They on Instagram, and I'm looking at them now, and they got their kids and husband, and I'm like, this chick was a hoe. You know what he said? You can't make a hoe a housewife on Instagram. You totally can.
It's hilarious.
It's funny to see the change. Have you noticed the change? Have you ever looked on Instagram and been like, this chick is respectable now? Or like, even dudes. It's not just women. It's like, it's like if I see a friend of mine who I know his DMs were on fire 10 years ago, and now all of a sudden he got a 3-year-old.
I mean, people are young. They got yearnings, and they also, I think, at some point the biological clock takes over.
Yeah,
and you have to make a decision, and just maybe some nature shit and some instinctual shit.
I think that's never changed. But what I'm saying is, isn't it weird how we're documenting it now? Like it's like
But
before
the transitions from from hoe to motherhood.
Yeah.
That's just life.
That sounds like a good book. From hoe to motherhood.
Yeah.
I just think
you have to learn all that shit. Be a hoe, whether you're a man or a woman. So later on, when your kids are growing up and they're trying to pull these tricks on you, you be like, motherfucker, I did that.
But what do you? Okay, but before like parents, so like parents had like this aura of like we never did anything wrong.
They're liars.
But now your kids are gonna be like, "Mom, isn't that you?"
Well, some of them are doing male and female are doing whole shit while they got kids.
Yeah. Well,
and posting it on Instagram.
Well, that's the
kids,
mistake.
because parents always think kids don't understand shit.
Yeah.
They always think, but they're wrong. Kids pick up and absorb way more than you think. We just think that they don't know anything because we just want to say what we want to say without having a guilty conscience about saying it.
Yeah.
But they know. I remember trying to have sex with this girl in England, right? So I was there to do some shows. I was attracted to her. We ran into each other in town in Birmingham. Then she was like, come over later, right? So I was like, I like her, but I don't know if I'm going to try to have sex with her. I'm going to just go over there. Let me just rephrase it. Yeah. I'm going to just go over there and hang out with her.
But your intention was to go
to go just see what happened.
You wanted to get some pussy though.
No,
you took a gamble.
No, but I didn't have anything better to do.
It was a $2,500 gamble.
No. I was already there. Because this is my explanation of how it is. Like our parents, kids know, right? So I was like, let me go over there. So I go over there. We're hanging out, and her son, he was maybe 3 or 2, or maybe a little older. This motherfucker wouldn't go to bed. And he wasn't excited about company. He knew that I might want to fuck his mom. So he refused to go to bed. So this kid, I didn't even know, I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do.
Right.
But he was sure what I wanted to do. Like he knew before I did.
And he was letting you know what you not gonna do.
Not gonna do. And he stayed up till 4 a.m. He wore me out and I left. He refused to go to sleep. Like she had to keep on giving him attention, and we just hung out talking.
It would have been great if
he was in between.
It would have been great if she was like. It would have been great if the mom was like, "Let me go get him some milk or something," and then the kid just looks at you like, "You ain't fucking my mom."
I mean, that's basically what he did for 6 hours. Like the kids know about sex somehow. He couldn't even speak, but he was like there to prevent something from happening.
I remember, I look back on I look back on when my mom was a certain age and single and had me, and I can remember now. I remember certain situations. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's why that dude was over the house. You know what I mean?
That's why that sound was coming from out of that room.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard to even think about it. But like, I think we know something's up. But like, I don't know if necessarily it's like. But maybe. I think because of I don't know how I would have been if I would. I wish. Can you imagine if we had the internet when we were like in high school or. I don't know if I'm trying to think how my life would have changed or how it would have been different. I think maybe I would have been more experimental, or I would have been more, maybe I would have known more people, or I just don't know. I just feel like, what is the effect that this has had like on this new generation? Because like I'm saying, like you can watch, we're tracking everything. Like how are you going to tell your kids to not do a certain thing? And then like you have on your Instagram, bikini pictures or, There's
wrong with bikini pictures.
There's dad with like, I know, but if if you're a dad and you're telling your daughter like, yeah, I don't think you should be wearing that when you go to this thing, make sure, and then you're like, then here's mom and dad, like they out at a rave, clearly drinking and smoking and like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be harder to like tell kids coming up, like, just blindly be like, you should never do this, you should never do that, and drugs are bad, and don't drink, and be respectful of your body, and all this kind of stuff when you have proof that you never were.
I mean, it's not that they did, but who says it's proof that they never were? That just because they were in a bikini or something?
No. But dude, listen, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying to be. I'm saying you know how parents are. You know, people get real woke when they get to their 40.
I know how
that's what I'm saying.
Our parents were, but I think parents have changed. They're like a lot more open. I've seen parents on Hollywood Boulevard with their kids, their young daughters in short shorts, and I'm like, like back in the day, a kid would have to hide that outfit from their parents to wear it out. Now they're like with them, so I think like the way people have parented has changed. But I don't know. I don't have any kids.
Neither do I.
I'm just watching people.
I feel they have to change.
I think
because of the internet. This is so funny. I was in Santa Monica and I was walking behind this family, and it's with the mom and the daughter. She must have been, I don't know, obviously young.
Right.
Not 18.
Right.
And her booty was just,
yeah.
And the shorts.
With her parents.
With her parents. Cheeks were out, and I thought. I ain't looking at. I'm like,
you should have went. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to walk and not go to jail here. Yeah. Could you? Just for me.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and then because then now I'm the pervert. You know what I'm saying? I'm the pervert because you don't even know. Sometimes you just walk in, and these young girls, they don't look their age, or I don't even know what that means anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know what it means anymore because you just have to be like, if somebody looks too young, they too young.
If they just look, exactly. If
they look too young, they too young.
Yeah. Don't ask me for directions.
Yeah.
Don't yell fire.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna burn up.
Yeah, man.
I'm not touching you.
Yeah, because I'll be outside like, put a robe on first.
Yeah. I need you to sign this consent form for me to put you out of fire, to tuck and roll you. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. But it's funny just like I like seeing somebody like Will Smith on the internet. I like seeing him on Instagram.
That's funny.
It's weird to see someone so famous and then he really humanizes himself, you know? Because you see him with his family, or he'll be like, he's also an intense motherfucker, dude. You ever been on his Instagram? Sometimes when he's just talking about something, or he's trying to be motivational, you're just like, damn, this is why he made it.
Right.
He got that aura about him.
Thing in him. Yeah,
you got that. But I love seeing like his watching his family. That they're so open because they got like. She got her show on Facebook where she's open about, where she's open, and then he's on Instagram open, and they're just talking about their kids, and then you're finding out all this weird shit about them, You're just like, damn. I was telling you just the other day, I read this thing about like how they had an open marriage at one time.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I think they were like, he was allowed to cheat. She said it I think she said, I don't know if it's true.
He's not cheating if he's allowed.
Right. Yeah. He's allowed to go.
Wander. To go walkabout.
Yeah, yeah. And then I thought, well, damn. And then so like us regular dudes, you say that to your girl, like, well, Will Smith. They're like, well, you ain't Will Smith. So it's like,
but I also think Jada is bi too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of opens that up too.
But imagine that the punishment for not being Will Smith is a one pussy marriage.
The world has been under that punishment for a long time.
I know. That's to be in the wedding vows. Yeah. Since you are not Will Smith, you have a one pussy marriage. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is outrageous. But it's a lot of people I find.
A lot of marriages have a one vagina minimum.
Yeah.
Maximum.
We're not evolved yet.
Yeah. But see, their marriage is thriving. You know who has a fun marriage to watch on Instagram?
Who's that?
David Arnold.
Oh man, I hit him up and I said, dude, just put some cameras in your house.
I mean, but he does a good job of like filming it, and I don't have a family, but that's
the family I want.
Yeah, that's a fun ass fucking family.
Yeah, just the way I think he's in a talk. I think he's actually in talks with like a E Network or something like that.
It's his daughters, then the mom, Julie, just the way they all just vibe, and
it's great.
It feels like they get to say the things that regular couples can't say to each other, and they get to joke about it. Mm-hmm. And instead of having like all this resentment like that you'd have built up inside, and they get to joke it out and be a family and have fun.
I've had David Arnold on the podcast.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Dave Arnold, David, he doesn't like to be called Dave anymore. So David Arnold's been on the podcast. You should follow his Instagram because it is funny. He's always recording him and his wife
and his kids, two daughters,
just doing stuff. I know. So that's what I'm saying about the internet. It's just interesting. Like imagine you in a. It's like so you could be fighting with your wife, and you could be like, why can't we be like this couple?
Right? Yeah. Like why we?
And
like,
it's not even fake because it's like, look,
it's real.
That's just the husband holding the camera up.
Maybe that's the device. Like the camera is like the therapist that makes everybody argue on their best behavior.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you get to say what you really want to say, and I get to say what I really got to say. But we have to say it in a humane tone to each other, so that we can get it out, which is what a lot of couples need, and also grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe the camera is like maybe a therapist about to go out of business. if because you're not gonna like yell like a fucking animal when you're holding your own camera.
I
but
tried.
You can say what you want to say.
I tried web therapy because my therapist that I was going to kind of semi-retired, and she went into like web therapy.
She went into lazy,
lazy,
get your money mode.
And I just didn't like it. Right. But I didn't give it its due though.
I'm in web therapy now.
But see,
I just don't have a girlfriend.
I got a girlfriend, so I'm got to get back into therapy. Like I just had to. Just a side note, I just had to go on Instagram. Here's the thing: when you're in a relationship, okay, when we have this Instagram and we act a certain way. I look on the Instagram, I go, oh, that girl's attractive. Nice outfit. Like. But what you don't realize is your significant other might be like, why are you liking all these girls' pictures?
I like a lot of shit. I like cars.
I know.
I like girls. Like if somebody got a great outfit on, or they just look good, they worked on their body, male or female.
Yeah,
I'll give them their props. It doesn't mean
but it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't feel like to some people.
It doesn't. Right.
It's a big deal. So
and I'm with you every day. How am I fucking these people?
I know. So I just made the choice. I'm not liking pictures anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. But now Instagram got rid of the thing.
You just don't matter though, because here's how it makes it worse. This is another thing they need to get rid of. Right. So like, let's say
get rid of it.
Let's say me and you, we're friends, and then we have somebody else that we're friends with.
Right.
So because we're friends, if I like this picture, and let's say we have a lot of interaction with each other, when you go to this,
it shows up
on the bottom. It says, it says who likes it.
Right.
The first name to come up is going to be Ian Edwards, Erik Griffin.
Because we're
friends. Right. So that's what was happening. Like we had mutual friends, and I
just call me and say, "Hey, man, could you like this picture for me?" Just send me the list. I like them through.
You know what? It really isn't a big deal. It's not worth fighting over because I just go, "Who cares?" If I like it, I can like it in my head. I don't need to like.
I just like.
We never liked porno. Shit. We don't like. When you go online and you look at a porno, you don't go. You
bookmark it in a respectable way.
So that's what I'm saying. So I just go boom. I said, you know what? I'm on a new thing. I'm back with my girl, and I'm approaching it differently. I want it to work. I want it to so I want to do all the things that I need to do. But like I'm saying, the web therapy, I didn't give it its due because the first time I did it, I was laying in bed with my laptop on my lap,
and your side bitch.
I had to go, shh, don't just.
I'm just doing a therapy.
But what was happening was like I found myself being distracted. I was looking at emails and I was like, you know what I mean? So I said, I didn't do it again, but I want to do it again. But this time,
don't worry, your therapist was looking at emails too.
I know.
She wasn't paying attention.
But what I want to do is you need to put the laptop on your kitchen table or something and actually sit back like as if you're going into an office, like have on like or sit on my
dress
couch,
up, take a shower,
comb your hair. I think you got to do all the things that you got to do because I enjoy the act of going to therapy. I enjoyed the I used to be down the street, so I would walk sometimes too.
Cool.
And you walk, you can clear your head, and you sit there and you really like intellectualize with this person. That's what I liked about it is like being able to talk about really high level concepts about how I felt about things with somebody that's not going to judge me.
Right.
Or I don't have to worry if they get it or not.
Right.
That's one of the things I think is important about therapy.
Right.
It's not.
So you're not in couple therapy. You're just in therapy.
Yeah. I was just going like just for myself to deal with like boundary issues and things like that. I think that's such a big. I think boundaries are such a big thing that we have trouble with. It's like when somebody asks you for money. Like I saw Marcellus Wiley on Speak for Yourself. He says it. He went to Harvard or one of those.
He went to Ivy League.
He went to an Ivy League school, so he's a real smart, intellectual dude. But he said this on the show because I watched the show religiously, and he was like, when people ask you for money, you have to be able to say no. But the next step is you have to say no without guilt.
Right.
And that's an important boundary, because sometimes people ask you for money.
Yeah, when you're a celebrity and shit like that. And Marcus Wiley played football. He's on TV. So family members are going to hit him up.
Family, friends. But don't you got people hitting you up for money?
No.
Well, yeah, because you make yourself unapproachable.
Yeah, there you go. That's my boundary.
Yeah,
this is why I don't need therapy for boundaries.
Not for boundaries, but you got other issues.
Yeah. I'm working on those too. but no money first.
Yeah, my shit was boundaries. Just with people. I found myself always like, being around people who always need help.
Right.
Emotionally.
Oh yeah.
Financially, emotionally.
I know some people.
Yeah. So it's like I find myself being like, what is this? You have to be able to just be like, cut it off. And one thing,
I should have got in and got some money from you.
I know it's too late now. Boundaries.
God damn.
It's like when you go to like, it's like this is another thing I like about therapy. You go and then when the hour's up, okay, I don't care how deep it is. I don't care what's happening. Your therapist is like, okay.
I'll be like, you cold-blooded. I was about to hit something.
I was revving up.
I was about to solve the whole thing here. And you, for real? What's the next person want to talk about?
Yeah, man. So it was like.
Don't you ever be like, hey, man, let's be honest. Don't you have the best conversations with me compared to, why would you want to cut this off? If you want to demote yourself and go talk to somebody with a less higher, I made you laugh, fuck you.
I feel, but it taught me is that there is a time limit to things.
Yeah.
So even when, so it teaches me like even in conversations we could be out, we don't got to talk all night. It can get to a point where it's like, all right, that was cool. I'll see you next time.
Right.
Just I don't know. I just feel like boundaries are an important thing, man.
Right.
And dealing with your guilt.
That'd be great in a relationship. Like,
I know.
Like, all right, we got half hour to talk about this.
Yeah.
And we're not going past it.
I think you should.
We're not taking this into the car.
Yeah.
To the dinner table. To the movies.
Well,
is it.
One thing my therapist had told me about like when you're fighting is to like she had this great, she said, every bad thing you do or say in a relationship, in a fight, try to do 5 good things. So and it's like that's the ratio to make yourself feel better. And my girl, she's great about like wanting a hug in the middle of a fight.
Oh yeah,
that's dope. What I mean?
That's dope.
And it's like you feel.
How about wanting to fuck in the middle of a fight?
Well, that's where it ends. That's why it ends up like that.
I only fight to fuck. I'll tell you that.
This is a classic example why Ian needs therapy.
Nah, if you don't want to have drug sex, you could have
fight sex.
Fight sex.
Fight sex is like,
listen, I'm coming over to start a fight. And you know what time it is. Let's do
See,
this.
I don't like. You know what? I don't like fight.
I don't like fighting. I
don't like fighting. I'm not. I think there's a problem when you to make up you have to have sex, because for men, to me, I feel like it anchors something bad about having sex with this person. If we have to like, so we fought because they think that like when we're having sex now, it means, oh, I forgive you and I can't believe. No.
Right.
I'm hate fucking you right now. You know what I mean?
But some people might want the hate fucking.
Yeah,
and then that's bad because that's how they associate like love with.
That's what I'm saying.
And all that
you
shit.
Disassociate yourself, so you have to find a way to be adventurous and But like I like the hug. Like I was trying to say, it's like your body is, you're so mad or you're so like stubborn about this feeling, but when you hug this person, it's so hard to be mad at somebody you hugging.
But what are people fighting about?
Dude, that's why you
that's
go to
the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. So usually it's about, to me, people, this is what I feel like happens in fights, especially in relationships, is you have a topic that you want to fight about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
why are you fighting about it?
Instantly, the fight becomes about how you're fighting about this thing. Because that's what usually happens. Like a lot of times in a fight, a girl will say like, "Don't talk to me like that." Now it's not even about the thing
that's cheating,
that she did.
That's cheating.
You know,
that's cheating.
You know what I mean?
You know, I'm talking the same tone. We're both you're talking to me. We're fighting. You know, we're trying not to fight, but we're fighting. So it's not about that. That's not going to help this.
That's
you're
what
cheating.
happens.
You're cheating.
Yeah, but that's what happens. You know, like you're in the middle of the fight, or you say something you don't mean, or you say something, and then now it becomes like we've forgotten why we talked about this initial thing in the first place. We've lost sight of.
But that's even the initial. I mean, like some things are pretty straightforward and clear cut. You know, it's a lot of arguments. Like even I just think the way we just love. The way we were trained to love by movies, by our parents, by life is just wrong, period. Like
how so? Elaborate.
Just like in my last relationship, right? So I think when a guy really loves a girl, he does a lot of things to make the girl happy. You know what I mean? Go places, do things. And then I think I wanted to return. I'd like to see her happy because it made me feel like she loved me, and then it questions: do I love myself enough? Do I need to feel this from this person? You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny you talking about this, Ian, because I was talking about this same kind of thing with Josh Wolf. I had just had Josh Wolf on the podcast, and I was talking about the love language test. Have you ever taken the love language test?
No.
I think you should. It's a fascinating test because not just the results, but because of the questions they asked to get to these results, it really says a lot about who you are. It's like a question might be like, when you come home, do you want to be left alone for a minute, or do you want but those are the kind of things it leads you to, and it leads you to like so it's like acts of service is one of them, physical touch, receiving gifts. Let me get the other ones. I want to get the other ones. And so because what you just said something right now I thought was is very fascinating to like to figure out like what actually makes you tick. Like what are the things? Okay, so here they are. One of them. Okay, so acts of service, physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, and receiving gifts. Those are the primary love languages. You know, so like understanding the love languages will help you understand like why you respond to certain things. And you know, so it's like, so for you it might be like it could be words of affirmation really get you going, you know? But like, cause like my first one is acts of service. So it's like, take me to the airport, you know? Or
I like action. I don't like words. Like
so that you
because I'm from New York, and or just like as a person, I know when I do something for somebody, especially if I go out of my way to do it, it's because the way I feel about them. You can't tell me you feel this way about me, but never do anything.
Okay, but what I'm saying
to show it.
But what I'm saying is
because it's easy to talk.
But that's
pimps talk.
I know, but see that for you, that means that again, words of affirmation is going to be on the bottom.
Yeah.
But for someone else, it might be at the top.
Yeah.
And knowing that helps to have a better understanding of your partner. It's just one tool, I'm saying.
No, I'm not against it.
Yeah, I talk about this a lot because I feel like it's important for people to understand. And like I say, the test itself, just the questions and how you
But I also mentioned
them.
this to my ex too. It's like, hey man, these are words. Anybody can say these words.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you know what you're talking about right now, which I think is important is like, let's say words of affirmation are on the bottom for you, but they're at the top for her. Understanding that it's not at the top for you is important to know, because sometimes we think how we receive love, we think that that's how everyone enjoys receiving love, and they don't. Not everybody feels the same way, but it's hard for us to understand that because we're like,
that is crazy that someone wants words over actions of love.
I know, I understand that, but there are people that like it, like receiving gifts is another one that if it's high on someone's list, for me, I don't give a fuck about gifts.
Yeah, and it's not gifts. It's just like, it's like You can't, and it's not just actions. It's like you can't say one thing and your actions are the opposite.
Of course.
Because then your words have no value, and it's like that's why words are cheating. You know, it's like you're just phoning it in verbally.
I understand that you feel that way, but for some people, hearing that means a lot to them. Like hearing things,
which is fine. But I'll do both.
No, I get you. Yeah. I'm not. Again, we're speaking the same language.
No, fuck that shit, man. It's an argument.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, don't talk to me that way.
Talk to me that way, man.
But I'm just saying, like, the gifts one is like a big one. My girl's like that. She likes to receive gifts. So, but I'm talking about. It's not like it sounds. It's not like a diamond necklace.
No, right.
I'm talking about like it could be a $10 gift certificate to like her favorite coffee place.
Right.
Just that act of that is like, you know, it does something. But anyway, the point is the love languages and taking the test. It really like I'm gonna have one of my buddies come on and I might actually do the test with him. I want him to see the results because then you'd be surprised. You get these results and you're like, damn, I didn't realize that was so important to me based off my answers.
Right.
You know, but again, just getting back to it, like, you know, relationships are just, you know, I just think that we have to be way more thoughtful now because all our business is on the phone. It's all in our profiles and apps. And now we have like a history. Like this is new. It's one thing to be like you're on the internet for a couple of years, but we've been at it since the impetus of this shit. Like we from the start. So now I look back and you know when it like Facebook or something will tell you you've been on since 2001 or whatever it is like that. When you actually start to go back and look, you're like, damn, I've done a lot of things. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've taken pictures with a lot of people.
That's why I don't go back.
But sometimes now they're doing this thing where they go, this is you 6 years ago. This happened.
I ignore those.
Yeah, I hate that. Especially when it's a picture with somebody you like. I don't even like that motherfucker anymore.
Facebook, if you know me so well, crop the person out before you post. This is you from 6 years ago. Oh shit, Facebook knows me. They cropped her out. Yeah,
man, Facebook. They. I'm so off of it. I don't even use it that much. If I wasn't in entertainment, I wouldn't go on it at all. Right. I just go to my page to like promote things or whatever it's like that. But I don't use it for what I used to use it for.
Right.
It's just lost. It's like.
I mean, they're throttling everything, and they make it hard for you to reach the people who follow you anywhere or who are your friends. And Instagram is doing the same thing too. And they can deny it as much as they want, but it's definitely all the posts are being throttled, and people are going to leave and go somewhere else.
Yeah,
because
so I can't get to these people have decided they like me. Mm-hmm. And you're now because they like me, you're stopping it so you can monetize it.
So I have to pay. Yeah. I have to pay so the people who like me can see my post on your platform, and they came on the platform to see me, and you're making us both work.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it used to be more. Yeah, it
used to be more open and free. I wish it would just get back.
And that's what we liked about it. And that's why we said, "Oh, let's get on this. I'll put my information and stuff on this."
I was off of Facebook when they had this thing where, you know, somebody would send you a friend request, and then you would be like, you want to say no, and it's not an option. It says, "Not now, not now." That's like Facebook going, let's not make any hasty decisions. Let's circle back to this. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so like, you ever think about like, it's so hard to remove someone from your life now. Like, it's so hard to like, let's say we have a falling out. Mm-hmm. So now I gotta like, I gotta remove you from my phone. I gotta like block you on Instagram, block you on Twitter, block you on Facebook, block you on TikTok, block you on Snapchat. You know, I gotta go my email.
You gonna block me on TikTok? It's like that. Wow.
Yeah. You know, it's like there's no you actually can't block anybody. It's like being in a room with someone and trying to ignore them, and it's just almost impossible. I've had to do it because there's somebody in my life I was like, I don't want to ever talk to this motherfucker again.
Oh, right.
Like ever again. I don't care if this motherfucker live or die. Right. You know, and it's like you go, oh damn,
you really mean to your mom, bro.
You know, I gotta like. It's like even with emails, you have to like. I had to go into my email server and be like, when emails come from this address, I don't even want to. Because my thing is, I don't even want to see it. Mm-hmm. And what I hate about blocking, let's say you block somebody on Instagram, I hate that the list the blocked people list is there, because then they're there. I want to just remove. I want to. There should be like a explode button, and this person is just removed from your life. Like you can't even find their profile anymore. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd have to.
I mean, you could murder them. Then you get rid of them. They won't post anymore. They won't show up.
I don't know, but it's still there. So I don't know how to. I got to figure out how to just be like, I need you out.
I mean,
you've never had that. You never wanted to just. Or you just you have a cool demeanor, so you don't even. It don't even bug you.
There's people I just like, but they're not like just people who like try to. What are they? Trolls?
Yeah.
But nobody really close.
Yeah. Well, that's good for you, man. Because I've always found you to be like, you just have an even keel personality that even when you're really mad at somebody, you still have the same demeanor. And that's a testament to your personality. So I wish I was more. I'm way too volatile and emotional. I have these highs and lows of like,
There's nothing wrong with that. I like that.
But I know how
I get angry sometimes too. But I think most of that stuff that you describe about you just happens in a relationship. Yeah. For me, you know what I mean? But like I'm more even keel, just outer ones. There's just too much. Like we're talking about love and probably the way I loved wrong or just people periods. It's just so much at stake because when I'm solo, like there's nothing at stake. I know what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
I know how I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
I know where
I
I'm
know
going.
when I'm gonna do it.
I know how to take care of me emotionally. But when I'm open and attached to someone, then like how they feel can make me feel, and I want them to feel good so I can feel good. So it's like,
or even the act of having to worry about somebody else's feelings can be cumbersome.
Or what they're gonna do. It's just it's you're connected. So I'm not even sure if that's the way we're supposed to love. That's the thing I'm questioning. Because how do we love right so that people don't, and then some people have kids with people, and some people have like so many connections to people in so many different ways when they're in a relationship. How do you? It's just so tough to not be emotional.
I totally agree with you. Like if 50% of marriages fail, and we've been in so many relationships in our life that just for whatever reason just didn't work out. Like to me, the odds just seem that this ain't right. Like this ain't the proper way to do it. I totally agree with you.
But I do know one thing from like I was like, what's the one? I was after my last relationship. I was talking to this girl that we were dating. Like, what's the purpose of a relationship? The purpose of a relationship is to make you yourself a better person through the relationship, because you have to be honest with this person. You know what I mean?
Do you?
I mean, to the point where you'll know if this person is really the person you're supposed to be with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you like something and you never tell them because you think they'll be offended by it or not into you by it, and then you hold this thing back and you're with this person, you're kind of going to resent this person. You know what I mean? Or you'll never be able to be free and be yourself around this person. But if you tell them, even if they don't accept it at first, maybe they'll accept it later, maybe they'll never accept it, but then you'll know if this person is supposed to really be your person. So
sounds like work.
You're doing work right now. You're going to therapy.
I know, but just living is work, right?
Yeah.
But I've never met a person that's been in a marriage that said that it was easy.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, it's always like this too, though.
It's a lot of work.
Marriage is,
it's a lot of work. Yeah, all my married friends.
But that one thing it does tell me though is that the upside obviously is worth it, because
if they make it.
Even
if they don't make it.
But I'm saying is like if the downside can make you go, "Whew, this is," but obviously the upside is like, kids.
Maybe because a lot of people committed to the Third Reich till the end. And it's like, was it worth it? Hitler gave you these great speeches.
Let me get this straight. Yeah. So being married is like being a Nazi?
No, I'm just saying people make bad commitments, and because they committed to it, they keep trying to make it work. You know what I mean?
I think some people get into. I think when you're young, you get into relationships
because they made a speech in front of a bunch of people, and they're like, all right, so we got to make this work.
Maybe. All the commitment, all the bank account stuff, all the... No, but I think when you're young and you just get into a relationship, a lot of times, I think it's because you just want to have sex with someone safely.
That too. And that's not a great reason
it's not.
to be in a relationship for life with someone.
Yeah.
It's not the best reason.
Yeah, it's not. But I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, you just go... I mean,
and a part of that is like religion, is a part of marriage, right?
Yeah.
So then those are one of the rules of religion. So this marriage, you're funneled into a relationship.
Marriage.
Yeah. So Will Smith did it right.
Yeah, whatever religion he's a part of, let's join that one though.
I swear to what are the vows?
Love, honor, respect.
Love, honor, respect you in a Will Smith way. Till death do us part.
we start our own religion. It's called the Will Smith way.
Yes, Will Smith way. Yeah, Will Smith vows.
You want the Will Smith vows, or you want the regular motherfucker vows?
Because we ain't getting the regular vows. So.
Depending on who it is. Ah, God, I know, dude. Relationships are just absolutely tough. And then
but they're as tough as we. There's a lot of thing about relationships. The good thing is we have these fears. And these fears are about us. And you have to let go. You know what I mean?
Yes, I totally agree.
You have to
do self-work. You have to work on
Yeah.
you. If you can recognize your problem in this volatile relationship, people forget that you're a part of it. It's a we situation.
Right. But there's also the other part of it. There's a line too of how much letting go are you letting go, and the other person ain't letting go too. And you have to recognize if they're not or ever not gonna let go, and if this is not fair. So then you have to be like, all right. So it really taps into your instincts, your God-given instincts as a human being, for you to know how far to let go, if they're letting go, and to guess if they're the type of person to let go of this. You really have to tap, like everything we do in life makes you, it should force you internally inside. Like we're in this, you're talking about social media and just all this information on the computer, and sometimes you don't know which side is right or left. Like, should I eat meat or should I not eat meat? Like, there's things for it and against it. Is being a vegan good or not being a vegan? Like, what is you telling you instinctually?
Yeah.
Are you trying to tap into you on the inside and figure this out instead of getting all this outside information? At a certain point, you got enough outside information. Go inside and figure this shit out because the answers are there.
The answers are there.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I mean, but this is all about self work. The self work. The work what are you doing the best you could do? Are you achieving your highest level that's possible? And like you said, you take all the information that you can, and then at some point though, you have to just figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And that's just I think that comes with age. I just feel like I'm at a point now where I'm starting to be like, oh, here's my I can see my fault in some situations that I've had, and I'm trying to correct that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all works in progress, except me. I'm perfect.
and there, Ian Edwards, a work in progress.
Work. Done.
Guys, I don't
Finished.
know. I don't know if this was a new episode or if this was a bonus episode in a week or whatever it is. I always enjoy talking to my buddy here, Ian Edwards.
Same here, fam.
Ian Talk special. You can still find it on the Comedy Central app or on demand on Comedy Central probably. So check that out. Check out Roommates on Ian Edwards' Instagram. Ian Edwards Comic. What's your
Ian Edwards Comic?
Ian Edwards. All the links.
YouTube. Yeah.
Links are down low. So check that out. It's very funny. And look out. And Ian and I have decided we're going to try to go out and do some dates all over the country. Some places we're going to do it together. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna. So make sure you look on both our websites. I'm erikgriffin.com, and but I'll always let you know. But so look out for that on our Instagrams and stuff because we just feel like let us go out and find some spots to do some shows. And so that's
team up and build and have some fun. Yeah.
So we're trying to team up, and so there it is right there. So if you want to come see us do comedy, we just did a show at the Rec Room We either just did a show or we about to do a show.
December 21st. I don't know when he's going to put this out.
So it's either, like I said, we either just did it or we about to do it.
You missed it. You may have missed it. You fucked up. You may have missed it. You should have snuck in here.
Y'all may have missed
and got this episode out of Erik's computer before he posted it before the show.
So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But anyways, this has been Ian Edwards. Make sure you subscribe, share, and thanks for listening to Riffin with Griffin. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next week.
My pleasure, man.
Yeah.